Okay. Yeah, obviously a great win for our program against a really good Boston University team. I thought we actually played well in the first half, even though we were down 3. Jihad had a tough first half. He got 2 fouls. We ended up playing with some, but he wasn't super productive. But I was really happy with the way he hung in there and stayed focused and stayed composed. I thought he played as good as second half as he's played all season. Helps get a lot of looks for these guys. They know the advantages of playing for him. Matt hit some big shots and some big free throws for us. And Josh was just great. And, you know, in a very complimentary role, but he made the right plays. You know, the ball found him and he finished around the rim, passed when he should have passed, and was aggressive when he needed to be. And we've got to get that contribution from him. You know, we've talked to him about that, and he's capable of doing it. And then we got good contributions from almost everybody that played. You know, Renardo hit a couple big shots. Ryan did a good job running the team. So if we're going to beat a good team like Boston University, it's going to be a collective effort. Last thing I'd say is I was really happy with the way they ran their offense and the amount of belief that they had in that and stuck with it. I thought that was as good a job as we did all year running our offense.
Matt, you had it rolling pretty much from the get-go today. Coming off the losing streak, how nice was it to be back in here where you guys are comfortable, you know, where you shoot your best usually? I think you're 6-1 at home now. How nice is it to be back in this building?
Yeah, it's, you know, pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know, we had those that road trip where we thought we didn't play our best basketball, and we just want to come out with some energy and really just win, honestly, and get back on track.
Coach, the free throw shooting, 28 of 36 for you guys, only 4 of 9 for BU. You really did a very good job of not only getting to the basket, but taking care of free throws when you had the opportunity to.
Yeah, we did, and that was a big difference down the stretch. They hit a couple big shots, and we kept making free throws. You know, obviously they were fouling in the last few minutes, so that's going to lead to that. Yeah, we've got a bunch of good free throw shooters, and it's a luxury to have that late in the game when you have a lead and they're fouling, to be able to step to the line and make those tough free throws.
Josh, how difficult was Max Mahoney tonight?
Yeah, he's a force. He was good. Honestly, I didn't. Like he finished everything. It just about felt like. I mean, he was definitely hard to handle, and he gave us our biggest problem. But I'm glad we were able to hold him down at least enough to get the win tonight.
Pat, you thinned out the bench a little bit in the second half. Obviously, it's pretty much like a 6-man rotation, but the starters all in double figures. How big was that? And you know, obviously, you put a lot of trust in them to carry you home today.
Well, I don't like the fact that I thinned down the bench. I think that we're going to continue to need those guys.
Yeah.
So that's not really positive from my standpoint. But I felt like I needed to do it tonight. There are certain nights when the game flows that way.
How do you make that assessment? Is it something you kind of assess at halftime? Is it just the flow of the game?
I just go by the flow.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking when and if I can play more guys, that's always a good thing. So I'm trying to do that. But the other thing I was really happy about was I never felt like guys were pushing to score the basketball or forcing shots. And that's when we're good, you know. And that's when, you know, you can end up with 27 points just because the ball moves when we run our offense and you hit your shots. And our team is smart enough to get the ball to him at the end. And it really was within the flow and nothing was forced. And that's what keeps it moving. That's what defines a good offense. And that's what keeps all the players involved when we play like that, when everybody knows, you know, their strength in the system and nobody's forcing things. That was my biggest takeaway today is I didn't think very few times did we force plays offensively. And that creates better percentage shots and limits your turnovers.
Matt or Josh, you guys looking forward to this 10-day layoff here? Do you feel like it's good to get healthy and get right? And what's kind of your approach to this stretch coming up here?
I mean, yeah, I think it's always nice to have a few days off, but plus with this being finals week, I think our coaches will be harping us being a little more in the library than in the gym, but we'll manage to do both, hopefully, you know. But yeah,
you always do.
That's right.
You can't study 24 hours a day.
That's right.
Coach, the turnovers. I mean, you got 20 points off turnovers, +3 for the game. You did a nice job, especially early on in that second half of forcing turnovers and finishing when you did get those turnovers.
Yeah, good perimeter pressure, and that's been something we've talked about. It's improved. You know, it's not just Sean doing it. I feel like guys across the board are doing it. It also made it difficult for them at times to throw the ball into Mahoney. Even though he ended up with 27 points, I felt like they spent a lot of time and energy trying to get it in there because we had good perimeter ball pressure.
Did it ever become, obviously not let Mahoney score, but was it almost like he'll get his and make sure the guys around him don't get theirs? Was that ever?
I think that was the game plan from the start.
From the get-go, yeah.
You know, I'm not sure that we wanted his to be 29. But I wasn't planning on him making nearly every one of his shots.
Right.
You know, like Josh said, he made a lot of shots.
Right.
Going over his left shoulder, right shoulder. But yeah, that's what we thought going in. We switched screens, and we ended up with a lot of guards on him.
Right.
But we took away the three-point shot. And,
I was going to say, yeah, you did a very good job with your three-point defense. They were only 6 of 18 for the game, and they really didn't get that going at all.
Yeah. And that was one of the big keys. You know, we shot a decent percentage from three.
Yeah.
We did something defensively that took them away from the three, and obviously we gave up the pounding inside. But
you'll live with that.
We live.
Yeah.
If you got to give something to get something,
if we win, we live with it.
That's right. That's right.
Cedric Hankinson, I mean, that's the kid that I'm assuming, going into the game, you were concerned about his perimeter play, and yet you were able to handle him. You gave up, obviously, inside, but that inside out never really materialized for BU at all.
Yeah, it worked out well for us. Doesn't all the time. I thought it was a good game plan, and I thought the guys executed it. It wasn't perfect, but they executed it pretty well and made enough winning plays for us down the stretch.
How do you want to handle the 10 days off that this team's now going to have?
We got to get better. We know that. So I don't know about a few days off, like Josh said, but certainly a couple.
Negotiated.
You know, obviously they got to spend some time studying for finals, but there's plenty of time to get in the gym and, for a couple hours a day and start to work on some stuff. And it gives you a 7 or 8 day window where you have a chance to do that, because when you're playing 2-3 times a week, you don't really have a chance to do that. So this is a nice opportunity for us there.
Especially with conference season right around the corner.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.